Alright, so you read the title. Before I tell you why I'm not a furry, I have to tell you what the furry fandom is. The furry fandom is a community of people who like to express their personality with these guys. These are anthropomorphic animals, which for y'all who don't know, basically animals with human features. I would be lying if I said that was it, so our next subject is going to be talking about the three main problems with the furry fandom. The first and smallest problem with the furry fandom is how obnoxious furries can be at times. And this doesn't go for all furries, but some of them truly fit in this category. My main example of this is when I saw an awesome video some lady made where she did this cool little transition with her weather app, and I commented on that video, sick transition. Now, someone in the comments replied to me with, "Are you a furry?" And that wouldn't be that bad. But not only did they do that, they randomly commented on this weather app transition with no furry related things. Ooh woo. I'm sorry, but if you comment ooh woo on a random video not related to anything furry, that's just obnoxious. It's attention seeking. Please don't do that. I also see people on Twitter just doing the worst ever like baiting, it's not okay. But I don't know, that is the least of our problems, because the next problem is one I've seen countless times. A huge problem with the furry fandom is porn. And not just that, but the normalization of it in kinks to young ages. I'm not saying that all furries are pedophiles who normalize porn to children, but the fact that most AD Twitter accounts, which by the way are like 18 plus like porn Twitter accounts that people make, it's basically like their alt account but for porn, and the fact that they are open for anyone to see, and just the fact that porn is such a big thing in the fandom makes it impossible to escape if you're young. I think a fandom can have porn, but it shouldn't be centered around it, and sadly for the furry fandom, it is very sexual. This also leads to some grooming and a lot of other terrible things that I'll get onto in my next point. Here's a tweet describing most of my problems. And lastly, the worst problem with the furry fandom, and the main reason I'm not in it anymore, is the fact that zoophiles and pedophiles feel comfortable in the furry fandom. For people who don't know, a zoophile is basically someone into bestiality, which is basically fucking real life animals, and is completely wrong, but I don't think I need to tell you that. And while people in the furry fandom don't like zoophiles or pedophiles and try to push them out, just the fact that they feel comfortable in the fandom isn't okay. I'm happy that the fandom is a very supportive place, but I don't feel I can associate with the fandom that has pedophiles, zoophiles, and a whole lot of problems. Now, it's not to say that I don't like furries. I think there can be a lot of good furries, but it's just problems with the furry fandom that are a no-go for me. You'll still probably see me sporting anthropomorphic avatars and profile pictures. That's just because I like the art and I like the character style. So that's why I'm not in the furry fandom anymore. Thank you, Ruben Sim, for kind of waking me up about this, because I wasn't really thinking about any of this until I saw some of your videos and I was like, holy shit, that is a huge problem. Hell, Ruben Sim actually had to ban every single furry from his server because so many furries were sending furry porn in his server. That is wrong. That is not okay. And again, I don't hate furries. I think there's a lot of good ones, but I just think there's so many problems with the fandom. How can you stay in here? You can't stay in a fandom with this many problems. Anyways, thank you and goodbye.